Da, 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 da. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 15 drivers, that's alright. Hopefully we can get a few more. Oh, where is my commentator buddy? Ooh, this is going to be a good race. Well, it's a 50-50 really at Yas Marina. It's either going to be this super wacky race or it's going to be an absolute bore fest like it was in Spain. It's just one of those racetracks. Come on. Drivers want to get a hurry on. Seems that I'll be the only commentator at the moment. That's okay, we'll manage. If it's just me. Try and spice it up as much as I can. Let's see, 15 drivers. Chevron, Woodboy, Conehouse, Sculpted, Tower. All the typical drivers. Who are we missing? Conehouse is I can't work out who we're missing. Is who's a magic now? Yes, he is. I bring the passion and the knowledge of it. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm talking to people in the Discord. Fuck off. I invited him. Oh, 5 drivers ready. Come on, we gotta get a couple more. Come on. He must be in main menu. Oh. No, it's... Oh, wait a minute. Who's that? Oh! There's Rick. Hello. Where did you come from? Might make the race a bit more interesting. Rizzy Rick, a very good racing driver. And he's in he's in a Williams. Ah. I am so lonely in the commentary box. I don't have my Martin Brundle next to me. We won't have his legendary grid walk, it seems. And Alcatraz is asleep. The wanker. Oh well. Ah. 3 minutes. Okay, so 20 to 9 is when we're going. Oh well, Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That's when we're going to get going. In about 3 minutes. So I might have to play around with some stuff. Hello, Alex. Keeping your eyes on me, I see. Oh, no Dougie. I'll send him one more invite. Just to see if he will actually join. Ah. "17 drivers, there's another one to join. Renault." So, drivers are starting to get ready. Half the drivers are now ready, so we're going to get underway. Make sure everything is good. Spectator mode. So, with the timer counting down, we are going to start qualifying for round 21 of the DRS Green League Championship. We arrive here in Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit. 5.55 kilometers, 21 turns, and it is undoubtedly, without any question or doubt, the worst designed circuit ever. Okay, it's almost as if Tilke grabbed the worst parts of every circuit created, mashed them together, and what came out of it is this massive pile of cow shit. I hate this track. I really do. In real life, anyway. It is such a shockingly bad circuit. It's just not designed for racing. And I'll show you why. And if anyone thinks that this circuit is good, all I have to say to you is quack quack, your opinion is whack. Tal to DNF. Oh, well, knowing Tal, that's not out of the question for Tao. He has had a wretched season in any league, let alone this one. He always seems to get involved in some sort of accident before blow. As we now begin, one of the Toro Rossos that come out first. Who's it going to be? Come on. Oh, I hear a car starting up. It's a Mercedes right in front of me, actually. It's Cutsy. Oh, hello. Aussie Rizzy Rick is coming out. Here's the stupid underground pit lane exit. It is the worst exit in Formula 1. Let's get all this stuff up on board. It's on the medium tyre. Just to try and either get through Q2 on these or just wants to get a feel for the car, get a feel for the track. Enable that. Enable that. Fantastic. So, Yas Marina. There's going to be a couple of hot spots that we have to look out for on the circuit. And this is one of them, turn 8, after the DRS zone. This is where the majority of the overtaking is going to take place. And another one is turn 11, which is just after this DRS straight, where the rest of the overtaking is going to happen. I cannot describe enough of how bad this track is. I really can't. It is so poorly designed for a racetrack. I mean, the architecture, the buildings around the place are absolutely superb. But the track itself it's dull, it's very boring. And you can't go side by side anywhere. Anyway, Rizzy Rick is about to set the first flying lap around Yas Marina, down the pit straight, into a fairly unique turn 1, a medium speed 90-degree corner. It's quite tricky, it's a difficult exit. Don't want to get the power down too early. Turns 2 and 3, best corners on the track! Very easy to do that. We'll hop on board with Hooter Magic, coming into the worst chicane ever, or rather completely missing it. Let's pick on another driver. Semi-pro? Yeah, why not? But yes, turn 1, 90-degree corner. No one's out of the race yet, so don't need to worry too much about the yellows. Yes, turns 2 and 3, best corners on the track, and turn 4, elevation change, flow, all the good stuff you would expect in a corner. Then you've got this rubbish chicane that just destroys all the flow that you gain through those sectors. Coming into the worst hairpin ever, you either get on the throttle too early or too late there. You can't nail it. You get on the throttle too early, you spin the car around. If you get on the throttle too late, you lose speed down the straight. It's a lose-lose on every occasion. Turns 8 and 9, this bit can't decide whether it's a chicane or a tight double hairpin. Coming on to the back, the second DRS straight. That isn't a straight, it's actually a curve. Then into another set of chicanes, so it's very easy to cut corners, get a warning and ruin your lap time. I don't think he did there. He's still in hot lap mode, so he's still pushing. Then we got something reminiscent of Fuji International Speedway with these beautiful angles, because we all love angles, don't we? Then into 90-degree heaven, underneath the hotel, which is supposed to be the highlight of the circuit. And into the final 2 corners, turns 20 and 21, the latter of which, turn 21, has a leaking bladder of an elevation change at corner exit, which might throw the car off. And he goes ahead and sets a 1 minute 37.259, currently the slowest time on the board. Iconic Q goes fastest at 1:35.666. He's got the devil's number next to his name. Cutsy second fastest at the moment at 1:36.1, with safety car amazingly P3 at 1:36.3. How many other? We've got a couple of other drivers as well on their flying laps rather. Crafted's coming around, complete his flying lap. Sets at 1:36.7, puts in P4 at the moment. We've got sector 1 and 2 yellow flags, probably a driver letting someone else through. right on board with Hoot Magic. He's currently in the third sector, coming underneath the expensive, colour-changing, dick-shaped hotel. Like I said, it's supposed to be the highlight of the circuit. It's more or less gives you a simple meh when you go underneath it. It's nothing particularly special. As he goes fast, it's a 1:35.1. He is half a second quicker. That's a very quick time from him. As Aussie Rizzy Rick, he's going to come around and complete his first flying lap. And he's the slowest at 1:39.3. He must have made a mistake somewhere on the lap. I don't think the medium tyre is that much slower than the soft. Breno is the next car on his flying lap, coming down the pit straight. Notice how the straight moves to the left. I always wondered why it moves to the left. It has no reason to, other than there's a car park on the right hand side. Because obviously you have to shape the circuits to the facilities, not the other way around. I mean, are you crazy? You can't shape the facilities to the circuit. No. That's stupid. You have to do it the other way around. Coming onto the harbour section. Remember, we all love these beautiful angles. Into this tricky turn 17. It's a very difficult corner. 90-degree right-hander, but it seems a lot tighter than that, especially on approach. And remember, these drivers are not using traction control or anti-lock braking. There is no assist at all, other than racing line and manual auto gears. As Breno goes P6 at 1:36.6. I believe Honest Crook is the next, as he's scraping along the ground into turns 8 and 9. Well, yellow flags in sector 3 again. It's probably just a driver letting someone else pass. There's Rodboy on the circuit. He's coming through turns 2 and 3. This beautiful flying part of the circuit. I absolutely love it. Then into the soul-crushing chicane of turns 5 and 6. Now it's there for a reason. It's not there because Tulka purposely designed it so then there's a chicane there. It's there because of safety reasons. Coming into turn 7, there is not enough runoff space relative to the speed of the driver coming in at corner entry. Now you might be asking, why isn't there more runoff space then? Well, that's a very simple answer. It's because there's this giant fucking Ferrari theme park right behind turn 7. And obviously you can't move the theme park. And obviously the most sensible thing to do is make sure the circuit is right next to the theme park, not some distance away from it, so you don't have the limitations from the facilities around the racetrack. No. If you haven't already guessed, I really hate this track. I really hate it. As Pure Gold comes around, Wadboy rather, comes around, goes fast, it's only just almost 2/100ths of a second. Very close between those two at the moment. 4 drivers still have yet to complete a lap time. Pure Gold is the first. He's coming around the final corner. It's not. He must have made a mistake somewhere on the lap, so he's going to go around again. Barter's very lazy tail is coming. He is really on the limiter. I wonder what that was all about. Trying to light up the rear tyres, get plenty of heat into them. Probably. Papa G, another driver yet to set a lap time. We've got yellow flags in sector 3, nothing to worry about. Okay. So Barters is the next car in line. No, it was Papa G, wasn't it? Sector 2 and 3. Again, it's probably just drivers letting other drivers by. Game recognises them as a slow car, so it starts waving caution flags. Coming into the final corner now. Doesn't look like a spectacular time. He might have made a mistake over the course of the lap. Currently he is slowest at the moment, a 1:30.3. 6/10 off Aussie Rizzy Rick on the medium tyre. He's currently done 4 laps on those mediums. He's going long. Fuego comes around into turn 20. He must have stuffed up his lap as well. He was in, he had the ERS switched off, so he must have invalidated his lap time, which is very easy to do around here. It's got a sort of street circuit-esque way of driving around here. You have to use every inch of racetrack. You have to constantly cut corners. You have to constantly... Not quite do that, but same sort of spirit. Because of all the 90-degree corners, you have to use as much road as possible. Into this ridiculous hairpin that you can never get right, unless you've got a racing line, then that definitely helps. Someone travelling slowly on the back straightaway. Going into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. Turn 9. Might get that snap oversteer on exit, just so then you keep yourself awake on the occasion. Bike is going slowly. Coming into turns 11, 12 and 13. Very easy to corner cut through there. Turn 14. Now turn 15 and 16, a run along the harbour. Rather the marina, that's probably the more accurate term. Into turns 18 and 19. 19 with a slightly open apex on corner exit, so you have to get on the throttle a bit earlier than you think. Just a little bit earlier, not a lot earlier. Coming around now, we'll cross the start finish line. P7 for him, and Pure Gold, who I elected to ignore, goes P4, 135.8. With 5 minutes to go in the session. Attention goes to the bottom drivers. Papa G and Aussie Rizzy Rick are at the moment on the bubble. Oh, it's Rizzy Rick. Massive oversteer on corner exit. Just getting on the throttle a bit too early. You either do it too early or too late. So these two drivers are currently on the cusp of being eliminated in Q1. Rizzy Rick has got a lot more pace than that. I wonder what his plan is. He's cutting it fine with how much time he's going to give himself for one more lap. However, he might just be content with starting last, perhaps. So the bubble at the moment is 137.5. Rizzy Rick only needs to find 3/10 of a second, and he's been running on the medium tyres, so if he wants to switch to softs, he can definitely move up a place, or a number of places rather, which puts Honest Crook in a difficult position, as he's coming in now. Gonna have to keep an eye on Rizzy Rick. Like I said, he's cutting it quite fine. Papa G on his outlap. So is Conehouse. But Honest Crook we'll keep an eye on. Currently 14th. Right on board. Coming up to the hotel section. There's an Alfa Romeo in front of him. I don't know who that is. Oh, that is a lot of traffic underneath the hotel. It's Chevron. He's currently P12 at the moment. He's not quite safe either. Honest Crook comes up to the line. He does improve. Goes up to P12. Knocks Chevron down. Papa G. He'll begin his flying lap. Try and get himself out of the bottom two. Rizzy Rick is still in the pit lane. He's got time up his sleeve though. Conehouse going straight ahead at the chicane. Must have been validated somewhere. Semi-Pro, what is he going to do? He's close as well. And Rizzy Rick's coming out. Semi-Pro's coming out. They're both coming out. Okay. Aussie Rizzy Rick getting that massive snap oversteer at the pit exit. Just the 2 yellow flags. So we'll have a look at Papa G. He's currently last. Oh, hello, Demi. Good to see you watching, mate. It's fantastic to see. Unfortunate news for you, mate, that you're not racing next season. You'll be sorely missed. I'll miss you crashing into me. No, terrific bloke you are, mate. Very sad to hear you leave. So Papa G comes around now. He'll have another opportunity to save a lap. And then, oh, who's that behind him? I believe that... Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. Is that Chevron? It was Chevron. He's currently P13. I think he'll be okay. Rizzy Rick has pulled out of his lap as well. Who's that next to him? It's one of the Renaults. It was corrupted. Side by side next to each other, having a little chat. Thank you, Demi, for introducing me to this league. It's absolutely fantastic here. Casual but fantastic racing on F1 2019. And it has been fantastic all year in both the Green Championship and in Formula 2. There's been action everywhere. It's been absolutely fantastic. So, Conehouse really needs to get a move on. As Rizzy Rick, he's going to be absolutely flying on those softs. But, and there is a big but, he can quite easily get an invalidation. It is really easy to do around here. So Conehouse will be the first to come across the line. Yes, he will be. Coming underneath the dick-shaped hotel. Into the final two corners. Nice and easy on the power. Nice and easy on the brakes. When he'll come across the line, he'll definitely improve to P13. He might just be safe. Chevron's in the pits. So if Semi-Pro and Aussie Rizzy Rick improve, he's out. Semi-Pro, what is he? Oh, he's done. He's done. So, Rizzy Rick hasn't appeared to invalidate his lap time yet. Turns 20, 21. What will he set? On the power, cross the line. Massive improvement. P3. Massive improvement. But Hoot Magic, he's not done. He wants to top the timesheets. He'll come across the line. What will he set? He beats it. A 35 flat. Almost a 35 flat. He goes fastest in Q1. But what does Breno have to say? Probably nothing. Oh, well, there you go. He's out of fuel. That's the problem. He's out of fuel. It's on a low fuel mode setting. Oh, don't enter the pit lane. It'll take forever. Oh, for goodness sake. Just cross the finish line. Because now we have to wait until your car is put back into the pit, for goodness sake. Oh well. So, 2 drivers eliminated. It is Semi-Pro in the Toro Rosso and Papa G in the Ferrari. Fortunate for these two. They just couldn't quite get it together. It is a difficult circuit without assists, especially if you haven't had a lot of experience without assists. And unfortunately for him, he just couldn't quite string it together. He'll start from last, and Semi-Pro will start alongside him. So, top 3 for the session: Hooter Magic, Wogboy, and Rizzy Rick. And the drivers eliminated: Semi-Pro and Papa G. How about that? Top 2 very, very, very close to each other. Less than a tenth separate the two. Twins out in Q1. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so Crop Clown. Okay. As we now move on to Q2. Positions 11 to 15 will be decided, and those same positions will be eliminated as we move on to Q3. 15-minute session. Who's coming out first? It would have to be Rizzy Rick. Surely. No, not yet. Interesting. Or is it one of the Toro Rossos? Who's it gonna be? Oh. There we go. One's gone out. Oh, Chevron. So a couple of drivers opting to start on the medium tyre for the session. We've got a Toro Rosso behind him. Is that Bartas? It is Bartas. Typically one of the Toro Rossos is quite early out, gets out early. Bartas being the only Toro Rosso left in qualifying. And, sorry, Wogboy. That's a bit different. He's out early as well. Opting to go for a clean track. With very little cars on it. A fair few drivers coming out now. Smoke Grass, safety car, Breno, who has spun. You guys saw that, right? Like, he was on the middle of the grass. Oh, he probably used a reset, but I didn't think it was spawning. Oh well. Honest Brook. He's also on an out lap as well. First driver out. Oh my goodness me, they're all coming out. Line astern, 3 drivers. Very lazy towel. Was one of the... Oh, still on our out laps. So we're going to pick on Chevron. I believe he was the first out. Slowing up. Trying to get as faster exit out of turn 21 onto the main straightaway. The first driver to set a flying lap in Q2. Coming into turn 1. Trying to use as much curb as he possibly can. You want to try and avoid these curves. So at 2 and 3, they're like auto spin curves, like the ones you find at Suzuka and occasionally in Brazil. Except there are 1 and 2 young flags. I hope that isn't a driver on a flying lap. Wogboy went back into the pits. Interesting. Just went out for an out lap. Hasn't actually set a lap time. Interesting. Coming on to the second DRS zone. Into turns 11, 12 and 13. Massive lock up there from Chevron. On corner entry. Very sideways. Breno left the session for whatever reason. Okay. We'll go with Barters then. He now takes the role as the first driver. Who left the session. I'm sure they'll come back. Snowgrass left the session. A few drivers are leaving the session. What is this? Barters will come around. A 1:36.7, that's nowhere near quick enough. But then again, he is on the medium tyre. We were seeing flat 35s. A safety car now goes fastest. 2/10 quicker than Barters. Honest Crook is now P3. He's a long way back. 1:37.8, 1.1 seconds. Chevron, of course, after messing up in the beginning of the third sector. As Wogboy comes out. Ooh, hang on. Okay. Because I just noticed Chevron and Wogboy came out at relatively the same time. Wogboy on the mediums. Decided to switch compounds. Have a look further back in the field. Cutsy's now going to come across the line. 1:36.3. A lot more competitive time. 2/10 quicker than safety car. Crafted, he's on a flying lap as well. I suspect he's going to go fastest. He's on the soft tyre. Who's the magic? Wow, that's a lap time. A 1:35.4 on a set of mediums. They were doing 35 flaps in Q1 and only 4/10 off the pace. That's a mega lap. Of course, we have to compare that with our driver's champion, Wogboy. What can he do on a set of mediums? Yellow flags in sector 2. Nobody's retired. Let's have a quick look. No, it's all cleared up now. Might have a ride on board with the driver's champion. See how it's done here at Yas Marina Circuit. Coming onto the pit straight now. Snowgrass has rejoined. Good to see. Going into turn 1, 4th gear. Maybe missing the apex a little bit there. Into turn 2. Turn 3. That's loud. Oh. Kept it in 7th, that's interesting. 2nd gear, 1st gear. Easy on the throttle, up to 3rd. Short changes up into 3rd gear. Tries to minimise the wheel spin, tries to get all the power down. Onto the back straight away, coming up to this pointless kink. 3rd gear, 2nd gear, locking up, but I don't think it will hamper him too much. That might have been an invalidation. No, it's not. He's still in hot lap mode. Oh, excuse me. 11, 12, 13, into 14. And 15, then 16. Into the tricky turn 17. Underneath the hotel. Using all the road on the exit. Now he may have been locking up a few times, but he looked like he's kept up the momentum. We'll come across the finish line. 33, 34, a 35.3 goes fastest. Oh, these two are absolutely on fire. Who's the Magic and Wogboy. They're looking quick, very quick. Oh, that's one driver missing, Salted. I was wondering who was missing. He was one of the drivers. Just came to me. Now, I can't invite anyone. Do I have Breno? This will only take but a moment. Nah, don't. Bugger. Because Breno is currently not in the session. Sorry about this. I've just got to sort something out because currently Breno is not in the session and he needs an invite. I can't send him an invite from here. I can't invite Breno back, hopefully somebody else can. But one way of, because of how we've designed the lobby, you can join the session from a friends list. If you hover over the F1 2019 tab on the main menu, in your PlayStation's main menu, push down, you should be able to join session from there. Hopefully you can. So, 3 minutes left in the session. I'll return to paying attention to this. A couple of drivers have opted to go onto softs, one of which is Hutamaker. I'm quite surprised. Oh, he might be doing it just in case, but I think he's pretty safe. Smokegrass, Barters. Actually, a lot of these guys aren't safe. I'd say from Rizzy Rick down aren't safe. They aren't quite safe. 36.3. I'd say Cutsy's got more time if they want to change to the soft. Although he might be running out of time. Safety car. 36.5. He's definitely in trouble. Same with Smokegrass and Barters. Two drivers still have yet to set a time, one of which is coming out now, which is very lazy town. Breno, hello. Are you a bot? I don't know. Doesn't appear to be. Looks a lot more natural acceleration. Oh, massive slide coming out of turn 20 as he completes his first flying lap. He goes P10. He might have to set another one, and he will. He's keeping it in hot lap mode. So, Breno, definitely in trouble. Smokegrass, I believe, is another driver in trouble. Same with safety car. If these drivers really hook it together, there's a lot more time to be found. Conehouse, I believe, though, has given up. He's happy with where he is at the moment. Remember, you do get the free choice of tyre from P11 down. Just a small advantage being further back. But on a track like this, where it is a bit difficult to make overtakes happen, track position is pretty key around here. More so than other circuits when in comparison. Fire coming down back straight away. Turns 8 and 9. Miss the apex ever so slightly there. Nice and gentle on the throttle. Trying his best not to spin the car out. What has really surprised me is how well these guys have driven without the assist. I know a couple of drivers. Oh, that would be an invalidation. That has to be an invalidation. Yep. He's out. Iconic Q's out. So, very lazy tail. Did he just go off then, or was that just lag? It was probably lag. Breno is in trouble. He's now into P11. Katsu's gone into the pit, so he will not improve position. He's currently P10. He's on the bubble. The bubble being a 1:36.381. What can the very lazy tail do? Nice and wide into turn 11 using all the curbs. Trying not to invalidate. Onto the curbs. Turns 15 and 16. Turn 17. Turn 18, turn 19. Underneath the hotel. Small blast into turn 20 and 21. Already set. 31, 32, 33. Oh, his time got invalidated. At some point across the lap, he was still pushing. Oh, that's a massive bummer. So where's Breno on the circuit? He's at the hairpins. We'll go on ball. We'll go and watch Honest Crook. Coming into the final two corners. It looks like he is going to improve. But not enough! 0.03 of a second. Oh, cruel lap. And Breno's done. He's out of fuel. So he will start P12. Still have two drivers coming round. And they're going to come into the bloody pit lane instead of crossing the start-finish line. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh well. So, the drivers that are going to be eliminated from Q2, Honest Crook, just, and I mean just. I mean, have a look at these. It is actually seriously close. Like, third all the way down to 14th, because unfortunately Lazy Tail hasn't set a lap time. They're all within 1 second of each other. 3rd to 14th within 1 second. That's incredible. I mean, Rizzy corrupted, separated by 3 1,000s. Pure Gold, I should also mention, Wogboy, Pure Gold, and Safety Car, and Cupsy will all be starting on the medium compound tyre. All the other drivers in the 10 will be starting on softs. Smokegrass, interestingly, is on 4-lap-old softs. It's going to be a struggle for him at the beginning of the race. Oh, not the beginning. Towards when he has to pit. 4 laps is a lot. particularly in 50% races. So, top 3, Wogboy and Hooter Magic, they've been on fire. Oh, Hooter Magic. He didn't improve his lap time, so he's actually starting on the mediums as well. So is Chevron. So you've got a few drivers starting on the mediums. They're separated by 0.06 of a second. Barters in P3. And the drivers eliminated: Honest Crook, Breno, Conehouse, Iconic Q, and unfortunately, very lazy Tao. Oh, the poor guy. For whatever reason, left his qualifying right at the end of the session. As we now go on to Q3, drivers put it all on the line. They drive 110% with the absolute lowest fuel they could possibly go. Try and set the fastest time possible. My prediction for pole, Wogboy. It's a fairly simple one. It has to be him. It's the logical choice. However, and there is a however, Hooter Magic has been on fire. He's been within a tenth of Wogboy in Q1 and in Q2. They've been horribly, horribly close. It may come down between those two drivers, it may come down to just one mistake, or just one little mistake from either driver, and it'll give them pole. It's going to be very, very close. As Rizzy Rick, I believe, is the first driver on track. Yes, he is. As Cupsy goes ahead and... he wants to be first! No, he's not. Fitted. Oh, of course, they're all going to be on soft. No, I want to do Q3 on the mediums. A lot of drivers coming out now. As cut, mate. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, sure, it's not technically illegal, but I think that might be quite a firm message to Cupsy. Mate, I'm ahead. You stay behind me. Rizzy Rick stamping down his authority. Oh, that would be such a ridiculous crash. Oh, hello! We've got Cupsy and Rizzy Rick battling for track position in Q3. I've never seen that before. Rizzy Rick, he'll come around the final corner now. Or he won't be too happy with that. Just got a bit of oversteer on exit. Using all the curb. Cupsy goes through. He's now the first driver on the road. Rizzy Rick just hitting the inside curb at turn 2. Just upset the car a bit too much. Almost threw him into the wall and ruined his session. Cupsy, who was fighting with Rizzy Rick for track position, now has a clear track ahead of him with clean air, as George Russell defined clean air as when you have no driver in front of you and you're in clean air. Real professionalism from George Russell. When you've got no driver in front of you and you're in clean air. That's the definition of clean air in Formula 1. And he almost loses it. Cupsy almost loses it. Turn 14. Turn 15 and 16. He's got the Christmas helmet. That's quite nice, actually. I quite like that livery. Coming into the final corner. I suspect it's... oh, it's a low 36. I think to be competitive you want to be in the 35s. Bartels does a 36.1. Wogboy. Chevron does a 35.8. Wogboy, this is definitely the time to watch. A 35 flat. matches his time from Q1. Very good job from him. Hooter Magic is the next car to look at. It's turn 19. Turns 20 and 21. Bit of a lock up, but he still has the pace. 35.5. I don't think he was very happy with that. Corrupted a 35.3. So Hooter Magic must have made a mistake somewhere, lost about half a second. Like I said, it will come down to the mistakes that these two drivers make. They are so close to each other at the moment. Pure Gold goes third fastest, a 1:35.3. 7, just half a tenth slower than Corrupted. It is awfully close at the moment. Rizzy Rick, after screwing up his first lap, he wants to make amends. Underneath the hotel. Oh, and that is session over for Rizzy Rick. I failed to mention this when I described the track. Turn 19 is a killer. Oh, I looked away from Rizzy Rick there. I shouldn't have. Oh, if you run wide at turn 19, or if you get the car loose, you are going to destroy your car. You're going to lose a wheel, or just absolutely KO your front wing. So Rizzy Rick will start P10, I believe, on the soft tyre. I don't think he was one of the medium runners. Safety car coming round. He must have invalidated his time, or he's running low on fuel as well, so I imagine he's coming in. He is. One of the Ferraris is coming around. It's Pure Gold. He's coming in as well. A couple of drivers still pushing on their softs. Barters and Smokegrass, they're still pushing. But that's such a massive disappointment for Aussie Rizzy Rick. It's one of a couple of corners on this track where if you slip up even ever so slightly, it really hurts you. Another one of these would be probably turn 2 or turn 3, just hitting the inside curb, the auto spin curb, will just absolutely ruin the race, particularly on the opening laps. It's going to be letting pass through. Very nice of him, very gentlemanly of the Racing Point driver. Underneath the hotel. Or that barrier might be a bit of a hindrance, particularly to the drivers who want to push to the absolute limit. Both drivers. So everyone but safety car has set their first flying laps. I suspect a lot of the cars will be coming out in about 2.5 minutes to go. Safety car though, he wants to get out now, give himself time in case if he needs to do another lap. Doesn't want to break the car here. He knows that. He does not want to break the car. It's very easy to do in the pit lane. He's been nice and gentle. But that's one of the things we have to look out for. Excuse me? Oh, he just retired from the session. He mustn't have any soft tyres left. He feels as if that's as good as he's going to get. And he'll get a guaranteed P9 because of it. As I was saying, one of the things we have to look out for 100% is the opening lap. Especially with a medium speed turn 1. If anyone messes up even in the slightest, it's going to be an almighty accident. Or if anyone hits the auto spin curbs on turn 2 or even turn 3, yeah, it's going to be absolute madness. So we've got a couple of drivers now on their out lap. Cutsy, he's on his out lap as well. He will start his second flying lap. At the moment, it's really quite close between a lot of the drivers. Wogboy has pulled away by about 0.3 of a second. But I imagine Who's Magic will find something to try and retaliate that. Coming into turns 5, 6, and 7. Very slow, complex. Easy on the throttle. Doesn't short shift like Wogboy does. He's gentle enough on the power and he can keep it in second. Coming into turns 8 and 9. Uses all the curve, there we go. Misses the apex slightly there. But it won't hamper his speed too much. Might give him a bit more top speed down the straight. It turns 11, 12, 13 and 14. Trying to use all the curve here. That's an invalidation, 100% it is. Safety car, I believe, was the next car in line. Still yet to set a flying lap. Joins up rather not. That's an invalidation. No, it's not. He must have had a hair's breadth of tyre left on the racetrack. He's still continuing on with his lap. Underneath the hotel. Coming up to where Rizzy Rick had his accident. Into the final corner. Looking like a 36, no, a mid 35. Very good lap time from him. P5 at the moment. As we got everyone pouring out of the pit lane. Safety car, I think he'll be pretty pleased with that. 6/10 off Wogboy. I'm really, really pleased on how close it is at the moment. So, I think it's Cutsy? No, Barters. He's the next in line. Sector 3 yellow, someone slowing down. Yep. Preparing for their lap. It's either Corrupted or Hoots Magic. It's one of the Renaults. Cross the line. A mid 35 as well. Just pipped safety car. So, Wogboy's done. 1:35.042. Now, I noticed out of the corner of my eye, Hooter Magic did improve, but I didn't see by how much. Coming up into the second DRS zone, he won't get slipstream from the car in front. I don't think he's quite close enough. Into turn 8. Cutsy goes P4. He improves a 1:35.4. Onto the next DRS zone. And you have to be careful here. It's very easy to invalidate, as was shown before. Very nice through there. Chevron. He's on a flying lap. Hooter Magic will be absolutely hating this. And he's low on fuel too. I think he'll be okay though. Coming into the hotel section. Into turn 19. Got yellow flags, it's safety car, he's spun around. Or is he doing donuts? Pure Gold goes fastest. And Chevron loses it. Oh my god, it's all happening at once. It's Hooter Magic. A 34.9. Pure Gold. Where did you come from? Where on it? I thought it was going to be between Hooter Magic and Wogboy. But no, Pure Gold pulls it out of nowhere by half a tenth. Half a tenth to Hooter Magic. That is unreal. The top three are separated by 1.5 tenths of a second. That is one of the closest qualifying sessions I've seen in DRS history. On a track That's 5.5 k's long. That's 90 seconds long, about 95 seconds long. And they're within 1.5 tenths. Incredible. What a qualifying session. I thought it was going to be a battle between these two, but Pure Gold pulls it out of nowhere. He starts on pole position by 0.5 tenth to Hooter Magic. 2 tenths, sorry. I can't math at the moment. 2 tenths behind. Oh yeah, because of the point fall took, right. It's still unbelievable. Then 0.5 second back is Corrupted. Cutsy, P5, 6 tenths back. Barters, 7 tenths back. Safety car, P8, he's 8 tenths back. Chevron, a second back. And Smokegrass and Grizzly Rick, after crashing at turn 19, he will start in P10. But how about that? The top 8 drivers are within a second of each other. Wow. As we now move on to the race here in Abu Dhabi. As drivers will be fine-tuning their setups, deciding what strategy to use. Fuel load, front wing, all the little things. They'll probably run the clock down. So yeah, it was intentional. I thought I saw safety car doing those, but we were so connected with Hooter Magic and his lap, I didn't want to look away. So, as the drivers now go on to their formation lap, this is typically where I hand it to Dougie and let him do his grid walk, but unfortunately he's not here today, and Alcatraz is sleeping. Oh, freaking prick. So, I'm going to have to do it today. So, Pure Gold, pulling it out on the last lap of Q3, he will start on pole position on the medium tyre. That's interesting. The top 3 are on mediums. The highest placed soft is Corrupted in P4. Hooter Magic P2, Logboy P3, Corrupted P4, Cutsy P5. 4 of the top 5 are on mediums. They've got track position and the longer lasting tyre. Barters P6, Safety Car P7, Chevron P8, Smokegrass P9, Aussie Rizzy Rick looking to redeem himself after that massive crash. He will start and on the softs. Honest Crook, the only driver on the grid, deciding to go for the hard tyre. It's a bit of a useless tyre, but maybe he can make it work, who knows. There might be a random safety car towards the end of the race and put him into a very, very good race-winning position, who knows. Breno P12, Conehouse P13, Iconic Q P14, very lazy towel. For whatever reason decided to do his lap right at the end of the session and invalidating his lap time. He will start P15, Semi-Pro P16, and Papa G, will start from last at P17 on the grid. So, drivers are starting to come around now, underneath the hotel. So, I'm really quite surprised. The highest place, oof. Guys, give each other space for crying out loud. It's a bloody formation lap. Jesus. So, as I said at the beginning of the stream, this race is going to be a 50-50. It's either going to be a contest like Spain, or it's going to be one wacky race. There's going to be some weird shit happening up and down the field. It's going to spice things up towards the end of the Grand Prix. As the last driver, which I believe is Honest Crook, Here we go. I get a sneaky onboard just so then we can see the lights actually come up. So 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights! And away we go for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Pure Gold seems to have got a pretty good start, but so is Wogboy. He goes alongside into turn 1. Side by side with Who's Magic. Who's Magic cuts across him. He gets P2. Go and have a look back further in the field. Oh, nobody see. Oh! Oh, this is going to be big. This is huge! Oh! Oh, no, no, no. Papa G, Breno, out. Safety car's got damage. Has he? No, he doesn't. It just looked like it. A couple of drivers got caught up in that. Quite a number of drivers caught up in that. I said it was going to be one of the hot spots. It's the other McLaren cone house. Front wing damage. We'll just have... Oh, as we've got a position change here. Smoke grass down the inside. An easy pass. He's on the soft. On the hard compound tyre. Wow, that was a hectic start. I thought it was going to be one of the first 2 turns that's going to cause havoc, and it did. It most certainly did. We'll have a look back towards the leaders. Pure Gold leads after getting a pretty good start in comparison to his 2 main rivals. We'll have a quick look at the positions change, shall we? No one really jumping out. Rizzy Rick, Iconic Hugh, and Semi-Pro all up 3 positions respectively. But the biggest loot, oh my goodness me, look at safety car. Down 8 places. Oh, the McLaren curse. We'll have a look back in the field. It seems to be happening all at once. So, with the lap 1 shenanigans out of the way, Lazy Tail makes a move around the outside. Oh, he's got the revving glitch. That's annoying. Oh! Conehouse, oh my goodness me, losing it at turn 1, almost collecting Semi-Pro, almost putting him into the wall. Breno into the pit lane. He was the driver that caused the accident, I believe. Losing it at turn 2. Driver massively moving down the field. Aussie Rizzy Rick. Down a whole heap of places. Smoke Grass, Chevron, and Barters all making position. As the leaderboard seems to have seeming to have a fit at the moment. So that's sorry, Alcatraz. I didn't realise. Yeah, I thought he would be there as well. I'm sorry, Alcatraz. So Alcatraz isn't sleeping, as people told me. We have yellow flag sector 3. So the leaderboard is having a fit at the moment. See if we can't fix that. Hopefully it fixes itself. Drivers crossing the line, yeah, it appears to be fixing itself. That's good to see. I rely heavily on the leaderboard. Rizzy Rick is coming into the pit, so that incident that he had, he must have... Is he coming in for a front wing change? 5-second penalty. Front wing change? No. There's a 5-second penalty. Interesting. Oh, who's that? Smoke Grass has spun. Thankfully he's ghosting, so he won't harm anyone. He's going to let Papa G pass. That's very kind of him. We'll have a look back at the leaders because it seems to be happening. Pure Gold, Who's Magic, and Wogboy, they're all within each other on their gearboxes. Corrupted has dropped out of DRS. Barters is now on Corrupted gearbox. As he has an... Oh, contact! He has a look down the inside into turn 11. Locking up. They're giving each other room. Oh, there's still contact. Oh, very close between those two. Good racing. As very lazy tail, he's made a move on Iconic Hugh. Hugh on the medium tyres. I don't think he would want too much. Wait a minute. 8 places! Holy shit! He's done a colossals. He's overtaken 8 drivers and I haven't paid any bloody attention at all. Iconic Q, he's up 6 as well. Very lazy tail, looking good at the moment. It's good to see. We go back up to the leaders though. We've got sector 3 yellows. Who's that? It's Smoke Grass, he spun. Oh, that's not good for him. We go back up to the leaders. So Pure Gold still holds on to the lead. Yeah, what a mess. Yeah, I'm by myself tonight. It's so lonely in this commentary box. It really is. I don't have the professional Brit or the clown next to me. No Martin Brundle, no Ted Kravitz. Very sad. But as Smokegrass is doing a accurate representation of Spin, Asti and Vettel. I think he might be retiring. I have a feeling. So Pure Gold still leads, half a second back to Hoot Magic. Wog Boy, half a second back. As I said before, it is a difficult track to overtake. Sector 3, you can't make any passing manoeuvres here. It's all 90-degree stuff. You really can't do anything about it. The only real places you can overtake around here. Oh! Championship leader almost putting it into the wall. Our driver's champion. Oof, that was close. So he's now dropped out of DRS range. Hopefully we'll see how much pace Rod Boy actually has. See whether or not he can close the gap to these two, even without DRS. It might just show how DRS dependent you are around this track, as we have yellow flags, sector 3. Oh! Uh-oh. Okay. It's all good. So, Papa G's lost his wing. He's going to have to come in. Breno finds his way past. As Hutamaker goes down the inside into turn 8. Pure Gold tries to counter-attack. Pointless. He'll get DRS though. Can he counter-attack into turn 11? Slipstream, DRS. We've got a couple of 3-second time penalties there. No, he can't quite get it done. He might sit in his DRS for a little bit. Wog Boy, he's lost a 1/10 of a second. Only a 1/10. But I wouldn't be that surprised if he starts falling back. Corrupted, he's 2.3 seconds behind Wog Boy. And he's got Barters all over him. Into the tricky braking zone of turn 17. Underneath the hotel. We'll have a quick look further back. We seem to have a bit of action. Got a 3-way fight for 11th. Oh, semi-pro. Almost losing it. It's pretty wacky at the moment. Everything's settling down a bit though. Iconic Q, he's now hunting down very lazy tail. Are those soft tyres starting to switch off? I suppose we'll find out. We'll go back up to the leaders though. The battle for first is intensifying. Pure Gold, a very, very good racing driver, Pure Gold. Fantastic, aggressive and defensive driving. And he gets it done easily. DRS in the slipstream, it's an easy move. What can Wog Boy do? What can Hutamagic do? There's Barters. Oh, Barters and Corrupted side by side. Through the chicane that wants to be a tie double hairpin onto the back straight away. Second DRS zone. Barters has got the DRS. Pure Gold has been shoved back down into second. They're side by side into turn 11. Ooh. And Corrupted lets him through, I think. They don't want to fight too much. They are losing bucket loads of time. Speaking of which, Wogboy closed the gap up ever so slightly. It was close to 1.5 seconds. It's now back to 1.2. Cupsy makes a move on semi-pro. We might have a look at that in a minute. The Wogboy, he's now closed the gap almost within DRS range. It's what happens when these two start squabbling. They start losing time. Pure Gold. As I said, he's a very good aggressive and defensive driver, but he does have one small flaw, and that is his management of tyre temperatures. He's shown in previous races, not so much on the medium tyre, but definitely on the soft tyre. When it starts to get later on in the session, he starts losing a lot more grip compared to everyone else. So at the beginning of the session, on a fresh set of tyres, he's typically either the quickest or second quickest driver. As the session wears on, as he doesn't quite manage his tyre temperatures to perfection, he starts losing a bit more time in comparison to everyone else. As he goes ahead and makes a move on Hutamagic, Chevron and Lazy Towel. Hold on, Lazy Towel, hold on. Chevron, I don't know. Oof, we got a good battle here. Iconic Q, he'll get DRS. Chevron also has DRS. What's Chevron gonna do? What is he thinking? Just sitting behind him. It's one of the most crappy things about the circuit. Once you finish Sector 2 and go into Sector 3, as you can hear Very Lazy Towel's engine going off its tree, Sector 3 is a follow the leader sector. You can't make any overtaking maneuvers. If you do, you're going to make contact with someone and probably get penalised for it. So you have to get all your work done in the second sector. So this track is quite DRS dependent. As Corrupted comes into the pits, I think, yes, he's going onto a medium tyre. He's going to try and do 21 laps on the mediums. So going with a slightly longer stint. Safety car. After having his lap 1 incident, he's now back up into P9, but remember he has to do another stop. I don't think he'll make it to the end of the race on those tyres. Honest Crook now into P8, the hard tyre working for him. He's in his own little world at the moment. Chevron losing a lot of time to the drivers in front. Iconic Q, Lazy Towel with his... Oh god, that's horrible. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't think I can ride on board. Hold on. Anyone dropping down the time sheets? No. Doesn't appear to be. So what's going on? It must be one of the drivers further back. Oh, it's Breno. Some celebratory donuts for the end of the season. Why not? There you go, mate. I caught you on stream. So, returning back to the leaders. Still disqualified from the session, going the wrong way. There's... Oh my goodness! Where on earth is that? Turn 2. He must have clipped the inside curb and lost it. Oh, who's that? Who on earth is that? Oh, it's... I saw the car in front. Parked along the side of the track, and must have been Breno. But no, Pure Gold. He must have clipped the curb on the inside of turn 2. Spun the car around. Into the wall. He's completely demolished the left-hand side of his wing. Oh, no. He'll be coming in. He'll probably go onto the hard tyre, I imagine. Barters now gets P3 away from Pure Gold. So, the battle for first is now between two drivers, Hutamagic and Wogboy. Oh, that's such a disappointment. It could have been a 3-way fight That would have been epic. Between three very classy drivers, one of which being the Drivers' Champion. Oh, damn auto spin curbs. Oh, such disappointment. But Wogboy, he's not within DRS range yet. So for a little while, for a little while, Wogboy just has to be out and out faster than Hooter Magic. He needs to have better pace, and it seems like he does. Bart is in, Pure Gold in as well. Is he going on to the hard tyre? Yes, he is. He'll lose a lot of time on the stop. About 5 seconds worth. And there he goes. With some glitched soft tyres laying in the middle of the track. There goes Chevron. Bart is coming out of the pit lane. Doing his best not to destroy the car in the pit lane. On the pit exit, rather. Very easy to do. I thought Rizzy Rick had a bit more momentum than that. His car's showing he has soft tyres. The graphics showing he has mediums. Probably has... Oh, hang on. Hang on. Wrong boy. What the fuck, man? You go ahead and you spin out on me without me noticing? How dare you? Oh, that's ruined the race. Hooter Magic has now got a... Hooter Magic has now got a 12.3 second margin. Oh, that's a bummer. That is a massive bummer. As Papa G goes ahead and introduces himself to the inside wall at turn 21. Oh, that's a massive disappointment. Does Wogboy have damage? Papa G retiring from the session. It doesn't appear to be, so he must have just sprung. No, he's coming in. He might have a lime green wing, perhaps. Nice and easy into the pit lane. He'll be going onto the hard tyre for sure. No, soft tyre. That won't last. I can hear very lazy cow go past. Oh, sorry, no, come in, rather. Semi-pro 3 and penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, it's all happening. Oh my goodness me, Papa G left the session. Clutchy goes ahead and sets the fastest lap of the race, holy moly. So Hooter Magic leads with Iconic Q in second. I don't think Wogboy can make it to the end of the race on those softs. There's no way he can, surely. Sector 3 yellows. Who's that? Ooh, here we go. Ooh, contact, just a little bit. Safety car, and corrupted. Safety car is desperate for a proper safety car. Because he has to make another stop, I presume. Coming into the chicane. He's losing a lot of time. You can see the speed difference just in corner exit between these two guys. I'll have a look at Corrupted. Just pay attention to his corner exit speed. So about 80 mid corner, 120. He only hits 120 at corner entry coming into turn 18. Oh, that's a Red Bull in the wall. Honest crook in the wall. That has thrown his strategy out the window as safety car comes in as well. Nice and slow, you don't want to speed. Iconic Q is in the pit lane. Hooter Magic is in the pit lane now coming out on another set of mediums. What? I thought you might go soft. There you go. Maybe he doesn't have enough soft tyres left, perhaps. Sector 3 yellows. It's smoke grass on the grass. On what is one of the few patches of grass on this track. It's a concrete lake around here. It's got that similar characteristic of Paul Ricard. It's got concrete everywhere because it's the safest surface to run off onto, obviously, but kind of ruins the racetrack a little bit. Anywho, oh, so it's all happening at once. Jesus Christ. So I just want to understand who stopped. Everyone has done one stop except for Conehouse. He's done two. Position change. Conehouse has retired from the session. Oh well, so forget about Conehouse. Oh my goodness me, it's all happening at once. Who's the magic has made up position? Corrupted up 2. Who's made the most? Iconic Q, Lazy Towel, up 7 each. Very good from those two. As the battle for second is now starting to heat up in Wog Boy. Semi-pro retired from the session. Hello. I don't think we'll catch him, unfortunately. So, we've got a battle for third here at the moment. Oh, just get rid of the lap data. We don't need lap data. Down the inside, he'll get it done easily. Unless Corrupted, no, he pulls back. Very smart driving as Wog Boy proceeds to lock up. Semi-pro left the session. 3-second time penalty for Wog Boy. It just shows how easy it is to get penalties around here. And you've got a driver of Wog Boy's caliber starting to get penalties around here. So, all the drivers within the top 5 are in their own little world, except for one. Iconic Q is putting Pure Gold under a lot of pressure. Pure Gold after getting onto the auto spin curves of turn 2. Put it into the wall, had to replace the front wing. He's on the hard tyre. He can make it to the end of the race. Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. That's one of the drivers towards the front, isn't it? No, it's smoke grass again. 4 retirements at the moment. We might have a couple more. Even though you can... The way that this league is designed, every driver that finishes has the ability to score points. You have to remember that. Every driver that finishes. So if you voluntarily retire because you're out of the top 10, you don't really need, you shouldn't. Because you have the ability to score points anywhere on the grid. You're throwing points away because you're towards the back of the field. Let's go back to these two. They're having a good old scrap. As Iconic Q gets a 3-second time penalty. I noticed that Pure Gold, he was being a bit pushed to track limits, but you expect that from Pure Gold. He puts the car in just the right place. He's not going to do it around the outside. He's going to do it around the outside. What a move! That is an amazing move! Someone's had an accident. Anyway, that was a move, and that's a brilliant move. Around the outside into turn 11 meant that he had to... Hello. No, Smoke Rice retired from the session. Oh, 5 retirements. But that was a brilliant move by Iconic Q. Around the outside of turn 11. That was spectacular. Got yellow flags in sector 1. So, Log Boy trying to close the gap to Hooter Magic. He will have to make another stop. Corrupted at the moment in a battle with Barters. And Iconic Q is starting to pull away ever so slightly. Barters, he's weaving a bit. He's got no ERS left. Have a look at that. He's got barely... Oh my! What? What? What on earth? What on earth? Oh, okay. So Barters made a massive dive bomb? Or was that lag? Or what? Okay. Okay. Barters is all over the place at the moment. Sector 3 yellows, it's Chevron. It is Chevron. At turn 19, there's a car ahead. He's just slowing down, making sure everyone can get past. Oh, he's fuming. Oh wait, no. I know what he did. He broke the wing enough, so then... No, he was trying to put it in the wall. Oh, I thought... Because sometimes Codemasters, they don't replace your front wing, even when it's damaged. We've got 6 retirements now. So, Fires, you are guaranteed a top 10 finish. How about that? I did say it was either going to be a wacky race or something boring as fuck. It was either going to be a Spain or a Germany, perhaps? Germany was pretty wacky. Look at this aerial shot. Beautiful aerial shot. Pure Gold's not giving up. He's hanging in there with Iconic Q. Chevron left the session. Oh dear. People need to remember that you can score points from anywhere. Even if you finish 20th, you score 1 point. The winner scores 42, second scores 35, and third scores, 30. Everyone that finishes scores something, as Pure Gold almost loses it. I mean, I know in other leagues you only get points for the top 10 like they do in real life, so it's sort of compulsive that if you're doing badly you want to retire. But with everyone having the ability to score points, we're trying to influence the driver to just keep hanging in there and keep fighting. Keep fighting for something. So a quick update with the leaders. Just a quick change of subject. Wogboy is losing time to Hootermagic. Losing a lot of time to Hootermagic. He was about 6.5 seconds. He's now down to 7. So he'll be coming in soon for another stop. Oh, so with all the drivers gone, we've only got one battle to look at. Everyone else is in their own little world, minding their own business. It's sad. Let's have another quick look at position change while we can. Iconic Hugh, 9 places gained from 14th to 5th. Pure Gold, an equally spectacular effort as Wogboy comes in. So, 10 laps to go. What will he go for? Will he go for the mediums or will he go for the softs? Mediums. Iconic Q, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Pure Gold, he's lost a little bit of time, about 0.3 of a second to Iconic Q. What is this? Spits him out behind these two, so he'll be on fire. He'll be trying to charge his way through the field. First driver on his list was race leader Pure Gold. Emphasis on the was. Poor guy losing it at turn 2. deep Wogboy. You can already see he's within DRS range already. He's on incredibly fresh tyres. That's a warning, I'd imagine. But no, that incident between Corrupted and Barters might be investigated. Might. I didn't get a good look at the accident. I was looking at my notes. When it happened, I only caught the end of it. But I didn't think he was in a position to dive bomb Corrupted. Corrupted doesn't appear to have any damage from it. Pure gold. He's now fighting back, and look at Wogboy. All the pace in the world on those tyres. I don't think he'll get a move done though, even with the superior tyre. Can't get a move done here. Corner's too fast. As Iconic Q runs wide, he leaves himself. Oh, was there contact? I'm not too sure. They run side by side through two. Iconic Q has to go onto the inside and gets a shocking run through turn 3. Wogboy around the outside into turn 5. Turn 6, there's contact. Iconic Q still has the inside, but he shouldn't fight too much. And in an instant, within 5 corners, Iconic Q has lost 2 places. But Q, he's got a lot of straight line speed. He's going to have a look down the inside. Oh, and there's still contact. So, Wogboy will have DRS, but I think Iconic Q, he's got a bit more straight line speed than Wogboy. No grass left the session. Into turn 11. Very good racing between these two. There was very little contact. I thought there might have been potential spin at turn 11, and you can see how much pace he's lost because of that battle. He's now out of DRS range. That's massive. So, whoa! I've never seen a move done like that. I bet that would have caught Pure Gold by surprise. Going underneath the hotel, I've never seen a move like that. That's a Renault. That's Corrupted. What on earth happened to him? Oh, I'm missing out on stuff because there's other stuff going on. There's action everywhere at the moment. But it seems Hughes, he's not going to give up. He is going to fight. Rizzy Rick, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Rizzy Rick, after crashing in Q3, resulting in him starting P10, still in P10, even though he had an incident that unfortunately we didn't capture early in the race. So a very nice drive from him. These two, side by side. No, neither of them got DRS. Corrupted around the outside. Can he get the move done? Not quite. Koniki just gets in front. So, very lazy tell, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Pure Gold, again with his very, very good racecraft, he's hanging on to this P4 position. So, with 8 laps to go, Wogboy, fastest lap of the race, a 38.1. 3.1 seconds slower than the pole time. 3.1, that's massive. So Hutamagic leads by a massive margin of 16.2 seconds to Barters. He's been very, very good this race. He's been clean. He's using a lot of ERS though. And here's why. Wogboy is flying at the moment. see here, he's already made a 4-second margin to Pure Gold as a couple of drivers pit. Got Iconic Q and Corrupted pitting. They're on soft tyres, so they're going to be absolutely flying. Very lazy time. P5. The graphic shows hards, even though the game shows mediums. Seems that his rev glitch has been fixed. That's quite nice. We can ride on board with him if need be. Honest Crook is now putting safety car under a lot of pressure. Through the chicane into turn 14. Now we run along the marina where all the expensive yachts lay dormant. Into the hotel section. Hootermaker comes in. And out again. He is only 2 seconds behind Barters. That's how big of a lead he had. He had enough time to change tyres and only be 2 seconds behind. On 12 lap old fresher tyres and on 1 compound softer. Yeah, I don't think Barters could set up much of a defence. Connor Q, a 3-second time penalty. Might have to have a quick look at those. As we got drivers going sideways. They are not giving each other a lot of space, these guys. Jesus. So, is the only battle appearing to be between Honest Crook and Safety Car. Oh, wait a minute. Luther Magic's now starting to get... Look at that. He's now within a second. That is the pace differential between tyres. Between 12 lap old mediums and fresh softs. Within 1 lap you're able to gain 2 seconds. It's true what they say, tyres really do win you the race. Especially in such an even field like this. Hootermagic has been absolutely spot on with his strategy and his driving. And he goes around the outside for good measure at turn 1. That's how much grip and confidence he has on these tyres. Barters, he'll be pretty hopeful for a top 3. Because Wogboy, he is gaining and gaining. Tell you what, we'll have a quick look at the race director. Incidents. So Rizzy-Rick, a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Wow. Corner cutting and gain of place, a 5-second penalty. So he's got 15 seconds already. Iconic Q, 3 seconds. Iconic Q, 3 seconds. This is within the first 3 laps, for crying out loud. Very Lazy Towel, 3 seconds. Chevron, 3 seconds. Smoke Grass, 3 seconds. Iconic Q, 3 seconds again. Conehouse. Cutsy, Breno DSQ. Chevron, 3 seconds. He's DSQ'd as well. Semi-Pro. Smoke Grass. They're all DSQ'd. Honest Crook. Rizzy Rick, another 3 seconds. He's got 18. I know Wogboy's got 1. There it is. Oh, there's that many to go through. Bloody hell. We'll return back to the action. Corrupted sets the fastest lap of the race. In P11. He'll be trying to get onto the back of Cutsy as soon as possible. But Barters, he has a bit more of a chance against Wogboy. If you compare the tyre situation, I bet he would have poo. I bet a bit of poo would have came out there. The car was loose, you could tell. Just running over the curb, the car was loose. That's Cutsy. He's gone. He hasn't lost anything though. So Wogboy, I think this might be... Yeah, this is it for Barters. He can't do anything. DRS, overtake mode. Both of them use. He has spent everything trying to defend. Katsi has left the session, so his AI is now in control. Hopefully that won't crash into anything. Wait, is it ghosted? It is ghosted, so we don't have to worry about it. Yes, it is ghosted. Okay. So, that's the final nail in the coffin for Bartels. He won't get P. Unless, of course, one of the two drivers in front make a mistake. I don't see that happening, however. Pure goal. What a drive to hold on to P4. He's in the middle of nowhere at the moment. But to recover from a broken wing from leading the race and to hold on for as long as he did and to get P4, it's a very, very good drive. Safety car, 3-second time penalty. But if anything works out, I think I know who my driver of the day will be. Hooter Magic. An equally superb drive from him. He's just kept his nose clean. And at a racetrack that can be as chaotic as Yas Marina, it can win you races. Just driving clean. Just picking your moments, thinking towards the end of the race, thinking about the end game. He's done it to perfection. There is no way that Wild Boy's catching him. Absolutely none. So, we have to divert our eyes to the battles behind. And we got teammates battling. Oh, good, good. Rizzy Rick, Iconic Cube, and Safety Car all battling for P6 at the moment. Safety Car, the worst off out of all of these drivers on the oldest hard tyre, Iconic Cube. Oh, look at this. Around the outside. That might be an illegal overtake, however, so he might have to give the position back. Rizzy Rick. Oh my goodness me. Almost puts it into the wall. Woo! Iconic Q wins the battle there, as he should, on the softer compound tyre, on the softer, fresher compound tyre. Sector 3 yellows, Sector 3 yellows, what on earth is that? What? It's pure gold! Oh, don't tell me he's lost a damn front wing. I think he has, you know. Runs past the camera, that's the wrong camera. He's lost a lot of time. He has lost a front wing. I cannot believe it. He's lost the end plate on the right hand side of the wing. He leaves himself incredibly vulnerable to very late detail. We might have a battle for fourth place here. Rizzy Rick, he's trying to fight Safety Car here for P7. Safety Car trying to hold on as well as he can. They're both on relatively even tyres. Safety Car only one lap older. Go back up to the battle for fourth place. Pure Gold is going to be insanely vulnerable. Not so much on the straights, but through everywhere else. Particularly Sector 1. Very aero dependent. I think Pure Gold just letting him have the position, I think. Yeah, no ERS, just lets him go. I don't... He doesn't quite have the car anymore to fight for position, so he has DRS. I don't think he should fight though. He's going to have a look though around the outside. No, he's not going to get the move done. Oh, Jesus Christ, very close between these two. I think Pure Gold, he's now in position proper. With no front wing, he's going to be very slow, particularly through Sector 1. Look at that. Oh, I don't know how on earth he lost that. I'm sure he'll tell us after the race. But he seems to be pretty safe. He's got one more lap and a 5.5 second margin back to Iconic Q. And I don't quite think Iconic's going to catch up in time. Look at these aerial shots, very nice. You can see the whole track, you can see the tarmac lake that surrounds this place. We'll go back up to the front of the field. Oh, no we won't. the battle for 8th has the battle for 7th has now gone to 3 drivers. Corrupted, Rizzy-Rick, Safety Car, all battling for 7th. Excuse me. Safety Car. He's going to be very, very vulnerable on the straight. No DRS. He's got plenty of ERS, however. Oh, sorry. There's 2 laps to go. So Iconic Hugh, maybe. I'll keep an eye on him. But the battle, look at this. Trying to go around the outside. If he keeps it there, he'll have the inside. He does. He gets the switchback and gets it done. Corrupted though. Gets a mega run coming out of turn 8. We'll go to the outside. There's pushing and shoving. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 11. Here we go. And Corrupted wins the battle on the softer tyre with all that grip. Of course he's going to win that battle. Oh, how about that? 3 wide. Brilliant, brilliant racing. Safety car. Now trying to fight for 8th place. He's got Rizzy-Rick all over the back of him. These two having lap 1 incidents. Still going to finish strongly in the points. Go back up to the driver leading the way though. I'll just keep an eye on the interval between Safety Car and Rizzy-Rick. It's been a superb drive. I've said it many, many times. Smooth, clean, simple. It's been very, very brilliant from the Renault driver. Wogboy. Oh, Wogboy. Front wing damage. Losing 12 seconds to Hooter Magic. 12 seconds. He's only 5 seconds behind Hooter Magic. He'd be 7 seconds in the lead. As Hooter Magic now comes around the 3rd last corner into turn 20. Into turn 21. And Hooter Magic will win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, round 21 of 21 of the DRS Championship. Wogboy will come across the line in 2nd place. A superb recovery drive from him. Lazy Tail, a 5-second penalty. Oh, don't you bloody lose it. Don't you dare. I know Pure Gold has a couple of penalties. Oh, and speaking of which, Iconic Hugh goes around the outside. Can he get... He does get the job done. Very Lazy Tail. Does he finish P4? He finishes... Oh, he finishes P5. Damn. Oh. Iconic Hugh P7. Oh, and Rizzy-Rick. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, Safety Car. Where the fuck did you come from? He goes up to P6. And bumps Very Lazy Tail down to P7. Position change. Oh. What a crazy race. What an absolutely crazy race. Oh, so only 10 drivers properly finished the race because Cutsy, I believe, left the session. So only 10 proper drivers finished. But ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 here at Abu Dhabi. What a race. I don't know why, but it seems that the boring tracks in real world Formula 1, they just turn it up in the video game. The same thing happened in Russia. It was an absolute action-packed field. It was, I'm very much speechless. So, Hooter Magic, after a superb drive, wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Wogboy in 2nd, Barters rounds out the podium. Corrupted in P4, Pure Gold P5, Safety Car P6. Undoubtedly, my driver of the day has to go to Very Lazy Tail. undoubtedly, that's a brilliant recovery drive from 15th to 7th. 8 places gained, a superb drive. Iconic P8, Rizzy Rick P9, Crook P10, the Cutsy technically P11, and all the other drivers retired. Oh, I was so happy for Very Lazy Tail actually finishing a race. Now, who said he was going to DNF? Who said he was going to DNF? Huh? Because he did. He almost did, but he didn't. There you go, Alex. He didn't DNF. He almost did, but he didn't. So, what a race. That was a great race. It was a wacky race. Action everywhere. So, that concludes DRS Green Championship Season 1 with your Drivers' Champion, Wogboy. He was dominant all season. I don't need to explain anymore. Dominant is the only way to describe his season. However, it's not quite the end. We're going to do a little showcase event in about 30 minutes time, maybe somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes. We're going to do a showcase event. A little preview for Season 2 in the Green Championship. So, stay tuned. Like I said, about 15 to 30 minutes time. And I'll see you then.